Due to the high price of parts and growing deductibles, many people have chosen to live with relatively minor damage on their vehicles. Gwatney Collision in North Little Rock and West Little Rock is launching a new effort called Defeat Your Deductible. So here to talk about it is Jamie Cobb of Gwatney Collision. This is interesting, Jamie.
Yes, it is.
Very curious to learn more. For those who may never use their insurance, this might be a new thing for them, but
Sure.
give us the risks and benefits someone faces when choosing the deductible on their car insurance.
Well, obviously the deductible is a participation in the repair cost. So a lot of times people think the deductible is going to the insurance company. It's not. So for example, if you have a $10,000 worth of damage and you have a $500 deductible, insurance company is going to pay $9,500. You're going to pay $500 covering the $10,000 repair cost. In some cases, you may have multiple areas of damage on your vehicle. That's kind of what we're talking about in this, is if you do come in and you have an insurance claim and you want to get the repair done that's part of the damage, but you have other damage on the vehicle, that would create another deductible if you tried to file that, because they're not going to fix it all under one claim if it's not related to the current accident.
Gotcha.
So what we try to do is keep you from having to pay another deductible and able to do those repairs on the vehicle without creating another insurance claim or another cost to you. We're not charging it to the insurance company. We're trying to work that into our repair costs where you can afford to pay for that repair without filing a claim.
So that's what the whole defeat the deductible
yes,
is.
and you got to think about it. We sell a lot of used vehicles, so we recondition bumpers on those vehicles, and we touch up doors, and we're talking about light damage. And so that might not exceed your deductible cost. So if you wanted things like that done to get the vehicle cosmetically back in shape, a lot of times people think a collision center is just for vehicles that are wrecked, but we do reconditioning as well. So if you didn't want to file a claim with your insurance company to save yourself the repair cost or that mark on your insurance that you had a claim, we can do a lot of those repairs for less than the deductible would cost.
Oh, interesting. Are people surprised by the number of repairs that can be made without getting into paint work necessarily?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because again, we do paintless dent repair, which is, like hail damage, if we don't have to replace a part. And that's where this kind of comes in. If we have to buy parts, that's where it can get expensive. But if you're just repairing or reconditioning a panel that's already on the vehicle by, pushing the dent out and maybe sanding and painting, those are things that the material costs are going to be substantially less than having to replace a bumper or fender or door.
If someone wants to defeat their deductible, where would they need to bring their car exactly?
They could bring it to Gwatney Buick GMC in North Little Rock next to Sam's, or West Markham at the Auto Mall over there. We have a collision repair facility there as well. So again, when we bring that vehicle in and we write an estimate on it, we're going to notate all the damage that's on the vehicle, regardless of whether it was part of that accident or not. And then you could decide what you may or may not want to get repaired while the vehicle's in the shop.
How easily could someone find themselves underinsured even with full coverage?
Yes, it can happen because it depends on if you damage an expensive piece of property or an expensive vehicle and you have a cap on your collision on your vehicle, then yeah, it could happen. So it's very important to know, because a lot of people, when you see about the state minimums, that because people are trying to save money, which is understandable, right? You don't want to pay a bunch of money for insurance monthly. And that's why some people elect to use a higher deductible, because it lowers the cost of the premium monthly. So you do have to be very mindful. And I would just talk to your agent and just say, how does this affect me based on the type of vehicle that I'm driving? And could I possibly out of pocket more money if my cap is X number of dollars?
Yeah, it can get confusing real quick, so definitely talk to someone about it. Yeah. We've talked about this a little bit before, but let's remind everybody that you are doing auto glass in-house right now.
Yes, we are. And the reason we did that is because a lot of times the glass has to be removed for us to make a repair. And if we use someone outside, which has been great, we rely on their schedule to kind of get your vehicle in and get the glass out so we can get it repaired. And again, time is everything in the collision business. You're going to be without your vehicle. You may or may not have rental coverage. So we want to make sure we get that vehicle repaired and back to you as fast as possible.
You have a brand new website. Where can people go to visit that?
GwatneyCollision.net.
If they want to come see you in person, where should they go for that?
Gwatney Buick GMC next to Sam's Club in North Little Rock and or West Markham in Little Rock.
Perfect. Jamie, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your time. As always, appreciate it. We'll have more Good Morning Arkansas after this.